All right, welcome to another episode of Lifestyles. I'm your host, Craig Sewing. We put a great one together for you with all of our beautiful co-hosts. We're going all over America's finest city, from the coastal scene to the social scene, and we're going to dive into the real estate market here as well. Let's go ahead and get another episode of Lifestyles started right now.
There are many beautiful properties on the island of Coronado, but one thing that makes this home especially unique is the design and artwork of the homeowners. Scott Aurich is going to introduce us to one of the preeminent artists here in Coronado, and I cannot wait to meet her. Scott, being in this home, I feel like I am just in this amazing art gallery. There's so many beautiful pieces surrounding this place. You are so good at finding gems here on Coronado. Who are we with today?
No, this is Janie Pollock, and she is one of our local Coronado artists, one of the premier local contemporary artists here on the island. And she's done most of the work, or almost all the work here in the house, as well as helping design and have the house designed with all the finishes of the house as well. So we're lucky to have her, and she'll share a little bit about her history of her art and how she got here.
I love that. Janie.
Yes.
Please go into a little bit of history of you as an artist and how you made it here to Coronado.
Well, I started artwork at a very young age, elementary school, taking classes at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, and stayed there pretty much my entire school life through high school. And following that, then I went to art school at Washington University in St. Louis, where I graduated with a degree in fine arts, and then became a makeup artist, a mother and then a makeup artist, a mom first.
So how long did you do the makeup for, and then did you segue back into doing paintings?
Yes, I did art after I worked about 35 years as a makeup artist. I started working in for some of the bigger makeup companies, and then I branched off and went on my own, and I had my own company for about 25 years.
What I think is really interesting about both of you is that you both were from Houston, Texas, and then made your way here to Coronado. What made both of you want to come here? And we're so lucky that you're here because we've got all the artwork.
Well, I got here because I was going broke in Houston. I got a job out here. I came out here to work on a project in Mexico, and it ended up bringing us here, and we came on over a weekend, fell in love with Coronado. And your story's not too much different, because with leaving Houston to come in here, it's a pretty big transition. It's a pretty special place.
Our transition was a little different. We came here part-time at first, mostly in summer and the warm weather to get away from the heat and the humidity. But then we ended up buying a place here, and we love being here. This is a very special place. You lived in the Shores
to start with, didn't you?
We bought a place in the Shores. We gutted it and started from scratch. And we lived there for about 12 years.
And then this became the new home?
Right, then we decided, well, we would maybe want to retire here, so we needed something a little larger.
So I understand you did all the design for this house,
Yes.
and all of the artwork on the walls is
Yes.
yours. Any favorites of yours? Do you also have a rotating gallery?
Well, I'm constantly producing. I'm not an artist that produces every day or even every week or month. Some of my pieces are very large. It could take me as much as 6 months to get them finished because I don't, if I'm not here, I don't paint on them. So when I finish a new piece, if it's not a commissioned piece, then it usually will find its way on a wall to replace something else, but that piece is usually moved somewhere else if I have room.
Right.
Well, when they designed the house, they must have had paintings in mind, because I haven't seen hardly any other houses in Coronado for sure that have this much space for hanging beautiful art. They've got a lot of nice art walls and places that have great light, so that the paintings just pop with the light and the looks and all that. So it's pretty special.
And lots of colors, so I imagine that's got to be a big inspiration for you.
Well, I love color, but if you look around, the basic parts of the house are really neutral. The floors are all gray, the walls are all white, and the furniture is pretty neutral too.
It is.
So it allows you to add color, and color can be changed.
One of the neater pieces of art is the wall behind us there on the elevator shaft that was catching light in a manner that was not, their favorite. They didn't like the way it looked, so Janie came up with this idea to
Sheetrock
mud.
Mud, and I just started one day. I had a gentleman who was working for the contractor hold the pan with the mud, and he gave me what do you call the scraper, and I just started.
Yeah.
And
That was
unique
it.
to this house.
That's it. I don't think anybody will have one quite exactly the same.
Well, Scott, can you tell us a little bit about the house?
Oh yeah, it's incredible. This is a gem of Coronado. It really is a special place. Coronado's over the years started getting a little more contemporary homes. When I first came here 30 years ago, there were less than a handful on the whole island, and now there's a number of them, and this is one of the more recent ones and built at a really high level of contemporary architecture. It was featured on the cover of San Diego Homes and Gardens, and it's a really functional house in one of the best locations right by the beach. We're literally a block or half a block to the beach. It's set up now with 4 bedrooms and 4.5 baths, but there's also an office, Janie's studio, and a bonus room that could be potentially 7 bedrooms, so big families can use it for a beach house or raise a family here as well. So it's a really, really special house. They have a pool downstairs. There's a great summer kitchen outside that's got a full kitchen that that you can use outside and entertain on your backyard, looking over the pool. A roof deck with ocean views. So it's a one-of-one kind of special property, and really excited to have just brought it on the market. We had a broker's caravan last week, and I mentioned everybody came by that was wondering about how this all happened, this wall behind us. It was like a topic, hot topic of how it all happened. I had explained it about a dozen times. So it's just a neat house. Everything's in a special way to fix. They've got everything's set up with built kind of like a yacht, where there's every little bit of space is being used, and it's a really, really not only functional but really interesting, cool house.
Well, I think this is great. I would love to see the rest of it. We've already gotten a little sneak peek to some stuff, but I can't wait to get a little tour of the rest, get on top of the roof, and see all the rest of your paintings, Janie. Thank you so much for opening your home to us.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
And Scott,
Lucky,
thank you for
thanks.
bringing us
Well,
another
happy to.
gem that we would have never found on our own.
This is a pretty special one, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great, thanks for coming.
Certain times in life when you need a neutral third party to call the shots.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't, you hear me?
Keep it fair. Choose Oakwood Escrow.
It's another another beautiful day in San Diego, and what a great excuse to grab lunch with my friend and top producing realtor, Lisa Herndon. I love where she takes me because it's always the best food and she knows exactly what I like to eat. So let's go check out what's inside. Lisa, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Okay, so where did you bring me?
Today we are at Villa Capri in Carmel Valley, one of my favorite locations. It's so central to everything and the food is amazing. And we are speaking with Sal, who is one of the owners and was the founder of this fantastic restaurant.
Yes.
So welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for having me today here. I've been in industry for almost 4 decades, should I say. It doesn't look like.
No, you don't look like it.
I've been here in San Diego for 25 years, and I did open 23 restaurants
Oh my gosh.
by now. And this is one of my gems, Villa Capri Ristorante, here in Carmel Valley.
He says it so much better than I do.
I know.
I'm
We
so
should have
glad
just
you
asked
did.
him. I know. Have him talk the entire interview. Okay, so you are truly an expert at opening restaurants in this whole entire thing.
Yes.
So you've nailed it down, and this place is like a fine-tuned.
Well, I was born in I should say, in a restaurant. My father owned a restaurant in the island of Capri.
Okay.
That's why we name Villa Capri.
Makes sense.
It was not too much an original name to find. Since I was born in Capri,
Sure.
it was easy to find
It
a name
works.
that was related to my, heritage. So yes, I've been here for in this location for 17 years in Carmel Valley, and since we opened, all the neighbors accept us as an additions to the area, since we are a very good Italian restaurant in the area.
Absolutely, and it's really centrally located in this wonderful strip mall here.
It is, yes. And I think, talking a little bit more about the area here, Carmel Valley is so up and coming. Housing, industry, we're right here kind of in the hub of where everybody comes to do their shopping. We have a lot of businesses right nearby. And one of the things to mention quickly too is their catering. Not only can you come here to get a great Italian meal, but their catering also is a great, great option for those people who are hosting business meetings right across the street at one of the business parks or for whatever occasion.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. A nice dinner party at the house with your friends.
Yes,
Love
we
it.
did several caterings over the years. We have our own vehicles, so to do delivery next door to all the business in the area.
Smart move.
So easy. So you can come here and have the ambiance, or you can take it home.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so speaking of ambiance, when I walked in, this is really like a nice homey feel here. I like the patio outside too. San Diego has beautiful weather. So what were you guys going for? What was your vision for this?
Yeah, this space is, it's a we don't have a big sitting area, so right now the landlord is trying to make this shopping center a little alive, so it's going to generate more seating capacity for outdoor seating, and we can wait.
Yeah.
We can wait for a long time.
That would be a good one. Well, I'm excited to enjoy your guys' Saturday and Sunday brunch out there. I know Lisa and I heard mimosas and our eyes lit up.
Yes, a little bit.
Yes, this was something that the clientele is requesting, I will say, on a monthly basis, on daily basis. When you open for brunch, finally we are open for brunch, and we are bringing on the table our basics, some specialties, and acai bowls. We cover everything.
That's great.
Good.
And I love that they listen to the clientele. That's one of the things about, Sal being local and being owned and operated by folks who are always here and really, really take a lot of pride in their restaurant and in their food and in their service. So listening to the clientele, I think, is really important. And that's how that brunch was born, I understand. So
Exactly.
it's great.
That's huge. Okay, so speaking about food, we are in a restaurant. Let's talk about your favorite dishes that you make.
Oh, yes.
What
Well-
is on the menu here?
The favorite items is the artichokes, the Judea style. It's been a staple dish from day one. As a matter of
good.
fact, it's a dish that I'm using in my other restaurant. Either they're Italian or not, this dish needs to be there. Among that, we have also the salmon, the Judea style as well, with golden raisin, pine nuts, white vinegar. Now we made the menu a little more open because the clientele also requests gluten-free stuff, vegan
that's
free.
huge.
I mean, vegan, no vegan free, excuse me, vegan dishes and stuff like that. So we go what the clientele needs. We need to go with the time here.
Sure. And this is such an active community and people that really spend a lot of time in making sure that they're being healthy and eating well and taking care of their bodies. So having that vegan option and the gluten-free option that are just as good as the other items
Exactly.
is really, really nice.
Yes.
I think that's great. And the salad list here, did you see that? Salad list was extensive. So you can have your pasta, you can enjoy that. But also if you're coming for like a lighter lunch or something like that, you guys have those options as well.
Yes, we do.
That's huge. Okay, wine selection. When I picked up the wine book, it was kind of too heavy for me. You guys have so many different wines here.
No, I think the wine list is a pretty. I tried to touch all the region. Obviously, we are an Italian restaurant, and you should be extend, the list with Italian wine. But here we are in California, and people they are more towards to order California wine rather than Italian wine. But we have a very nice wine list. I'm proud of that.
Yes,
You
it's
should
wonderful.
be. It's
Yeah.
excellent.
I know when you saw it, you're like, oh, that one's my favorite, and I like this one's
I'm
how
like,
do we
"This one,
select?
That one, yeah.
I think that's huge. Okay, so Lisa, what is happening real estate-wise in this area, in the San Diego market? What's going on?
Yeah, Carmel Valley is always hopping. It's always happening out here. People are flocking here. For the businesses that are nearby, you're right near Sereno Valley, you're right near the beach, just really a stone's throw over to Del Mar. So it really, really is happening here. The market in general is starting to pick up. We're seeing more listings coming on the market. We're seeing lots of buyers still out there that really, really are, being competitive in their offer price, and sellers are getting what they want. Things are kind of flying off the market still. We're moving into that spring and summer season where things are really, really happening now. So, and Carmel Valley, of course, it just attracts so many great people, and we, get a lot of activity out here, and I think we're going to see it really, really pop this summer.
I think so, and I think with new buyers coming into this market is a whole entire new, clientele for you guys.
Exactly.
So when, everything's kind of moving in San Diego in the springtime, everybody's getting warmed up. I think it's a great time to either visit new restaurants or buy a great new home.
Absolutely.
I think this is great. Well, Sal, thank you so much for having Lisa and I out here today. This place is amazing, and I've fallen in love with it all. So cheers.
Cheers.
Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lisa, for having me.
As a real estate professional, there are only so many hours of the day, which means efficiency is more than a buzzword. It's a daily necessity. 2 tools from First American Title can help you keep on top of your transactions, either at your desktop or on the go. My First Stamp puts comprehensive property data at your fingertips, where you can review recorded documents, past transactions, or locate comparable sales quickly and easily. Cost First can also ensure you have 24/7 access to closing costs data, allowing you to generate net sheets, calculate fees, update documents, or email, print, or save your reports, along with TRID calculation and consummation date timeframes. Each sale includes a number of stages to manage, each with the possibility to delay a closing or derail it altogether. Let Cost First and My First Stamp keep your transactions on track. Contact your local First American representative to get started today.
Well, out here in San Diego, we have a big, wonderful Irish community. And sometimes they actually want to stay here in San Diego and not move back because we've got the lovely sun and weather right here in the Southland. But if you are looking for an authentic piece of Ireland, look no further than East County, San Diego. Well, Lyle, thanks again. Love coming out to East County to spend some time with you. You brought us to Rancho San Diego to the Hooley's Irish Pub here on St. Paddy's Day weekend. So thanks for bringing us here. Why do you come here?
Well, hey, for me it's the food, and for others it's a pint.
Of course.
Of course.
You gotta get your Guinness.
You gotta get your Guinness in, and Hooley's is just an outstanding player here in the Rancho San Diego area. Not only are they great for our community, which, Grace and I really like to be involved in our community, but Hooley's has been here since 1999, and really started it off in our Rancho San Diego area as being the place that just started it all, you know, to really get restaurants really coming out here and stuff. And I was so excited that Craig brought this out here and just done so well in our community out here.
That's great.
Yeah.
Craig, what is your background with Irish pubs, and why did you start this business?
Well, everyone always asks me why would I open an Irish pub, and as I was explaining earlier, when I was 20 years old, I sold everything I had, tried to go on a round the world trip, and I just fell in love when I traveled in England, Scotland, and Ireland. What we call the pub culture. Everyone, the whole community gathered in the pub, all ages. That's where they would do their socializing, eat, watch TV, everything. It was just such a wonderful experience that I just fell in love with that pub culture and said, someday I'm gonna try to duplicate that. And I wanted to do it here in my community, Rancho San Diego. So.
Are you surprised how this place has taken off in this community?
Yeah, amazing. And it's just been wonderful because all the locals and everyone, it truly is a public house. That's what pub stands for. And everyone gathers here, and it's just a great vibe. It's all regulars and just friends we haven't met yet.
Well, this entire weekend celebrating St. Patrick's Day must be one of the biggest times for your business, really good times for the community to come out and enjoy and gather. Yeah. So I imagine that this place gets really rockin'. Tell me, is that wrong?
No, rocking is a great term for it. It's a crazy day. It's just, you know, everybody's Irish that day, everybody. So it's a lot of fun. It's kind of crazy, you know. We have to take out a lot of the bar stools and the furniture, and you know, we have bands on the back patio, and it's amazing. We have to put everything in plastic cups because it's just so jam-packed, you know.
You'd never be able to get all the cups through the dishwasher.
And you know, they do great outside of that. So when you think of St. Patrick's Day and you think about Hooley's, you don't want to just think about Hooley's that day and it's an Irish pub and it's St. Patrick's Day. You want to really come here for the food. The food is outstanding here. I mean, and I'm a real foodie. Everybody knows that the way I look, but I love the food. It has got some outstanding meals here that you have to try. Everything is very good. I just recently tried in the last couple of years, Craig, your corned beef and cabbage. And I have to tell you, I never ever dreamed in my life that I'd ever eat corned beef and cabbage. Because when I was a kid, I thought it was just the worst thing to eat. But I came here and one day I said, I gotta try something different.
Yeah.
And I had it. I have to tell you and anybody out there that if you don't try this corned beef and cabbage here, you're absolutely nuts. It is phenomenal. It has a flavor that's just out of this world. But on top of that, he has a great Taco Tuesday, which you can have every day if you choose, but his Taco Tuesdays with his corned beef tacos that they integrated into Hooley's, which, wow, again, you would have never thought a taco could be so cool.
And maybe that's something you wouldn't find in an Irish pub out in Ireland.
No, definitely not.
You wouldn't find that, but really the food is a quality food, and these people really take care of you here when you come to Hooley's. It's a pub, it's a place to eat, it's a family place to be at. And it's got great places to have events too. If you want to have an event for your business or something like that, this is the place to go, and it's right here in Rancho San Diego.
It's taking care of the entire community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Craig, I just wanted to touch on really quickly about the decor in this place and how it looks so similar to pubs you might find in England, Scotland, and Ireland that you travel to. So how did you make this look so similar?
Well, it's funny you say that. We actually traveled over to Ireland and worked with a design and build company out of Belfast. And we had 2 containers shipped over. All the old beams that you see, they still have the square handmade nails in it. The front of the bar here is old church pews out of a church in Northern Ireland. We shipped everything over. It was a lot of fun. I mean, that was the fun part when we built the infrastructure obviously here, and then once all the decor items and the bar top and the back bar arrived in the containers, that's when it got fun. We started assembling it here. So yeah, very authentic.
Super authentic. I had no idea. I thought maybe just everything was just a replica that you found here.
And imagine us, the community walking into something like this and being so cool. It's like, oh my gosh, somebody did something like this in Rancho San Diego.
In Rancho San Diego.
And it's just like a huge success right now all year long. And it's a real family atmosphere, and it's a place for the community to go after work, before work, some people.
Some people.
But we love Hooley's here in our community.
So how is the community doing as a whole, and in the real estate market, how's this year been so far in 2018?
Absolutely, it's really done really well. I'm seeing, the real estate market is growing slowly, which I like. I don't like when I see the real estate market just going straight up.
Okay.
I'm seeing a nice slow move. We're in January and February this year. Has not been a bad January and February for real estate. It's been actually pretty good. But I'm expecting, the months to come are going to be very, very good.
Well, thank you so much for bringing us to Hooley's. Craig, this has been amazing to see your space. I am so hungry. Cannot wait to try some of this amazing food that Lyle has talked about.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got to meet Grace. So let's get behind the bar. I want to learn how to maybe pour a pint and order up some of those tacos.
Sounds awesome. Let's do it, Sarah.
So Craig, I'm normally used to pouring coffee and tea, but I hear there's more to pouring a pint that meets the eye. Can you show me what that's all about?
Absolutely, especially a pint of Guinness. So we're going to teach you, Grace, how to pour the perfect pint. We call it the perfect pint. Guinness is a two-part pour. It takes about 2 minutes to properly pour Guinness. So we're going to pour 3/4 of the way first and let it settle. So I'm going to do it, and you just kind of follow me. So we have to tip the glass. And Guinness is a nitrogen and CO2 mix, so that's what creates the small little bubbles in it. So we pour it about 3/4, and we're gonna let it set. So we'll have you do one.
Okay.
You're a pro.
I think I'll take that one.
Can I have a job?
Yes, absolutely. We're gonna top this off in just a few minutes. We'll let it settle. Okay, Grace, so now we're gonna take the pint and we're gonna do a shamrock as we top off the pint of Guinness. And it goes perfect with all these wonderful food items, so give it a shot.
Okay, so I'm doing this.
Oh, you're gonna do a shamrock. Go for it, Grace.
Why not?
Oh my gosh, this is a little bit harder than I thought.
If real estate doesn't work out, I think you're gonna fit in just fine here.
Yeah, a little bit of training. I'm a good learner.
There you go.
Oh wow, that's pretty fun.
A little bit of luck of the Irish. That is a perfect pint on the first pour. Never seen that before.
Wow, I can get a job here.
And great food. This is awesome.
Craig, thanks so much for having us. If you need an Irish authentic experience, you've got to come to Hooley's, East County, Rancho San Diego. Thank you again.
Cheers.
All right, that's all for Lifestyle, celebrating America's finest city. Thank you so much for tuning in with us every weekend. And don't forget, you can engage in the conversation as well. Would love for you to follow us on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're active on all of it, celebrating the greatest city in the greatest country on the planet. I'm your host, Craig Sowing. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.